Things that I'd like to open with, first of all, very excited that the zero emission tax credit bill passed through the Senate and is on the governor's desk for signature. It's very important that that piece of legislation be passed through the legislature to the governor with the July 1 date intact for closing down the window for the qualification period of the zero emission tax credit. That ultimately, we believe, saves the state of Oklahoma $500 million going forward, but still preserves all the payments that for the projects that have qualified. So we will continue to make good on the promises of the credits that previously qualify in the past and up to July 1 of this year. We could not have passed this piece of legislation without the support of the majority of the wind industry. I want to thank them very much for their help in this matter in coming to the table and realizing that this tax credit was unsustainable. And there were several companies that came to the table, realized the situation that we have in Oklahoma with our budget, and wanted to be part of that solution. So we do appreciate their help and involvement in addressing this issue. Secondly, I'm excited to see that the teacher pay raise bill that passed the House, has moved out of the Senate committee and headed to the floor. That remains a top priority for the House of Representatives and the Republican caucus. That is the only policy priority at this time that has not been fulfilled, and we are very much committed to seeing that through the process this session. Several measures were introduced this week in the House of Representatives through the Joint Committee of Appropriations and Budget. Multiple vehicles have been introduced. We will start rolling language into those next week and moving those through committee to the floor of the House. I'm very excited about the timing of this. As I've said in the past, we are ahead of schedule. We will be rolling out multiple measures that will be the building blocks of the budget that we hope to have fully put together in the next few weeks. Of course, you know we have to sine die by May 26th this year, but I'm very optimistic that the budget will be complete, and there will be several vehicles for the public, for the media, for all those to see what those building blocks consist of. You'll start seeing those next week. I'm also happy to see that the rural doctor medical access bill, although it passed out of Senate committee, a tight margin, but I'm happy to see that moved forward. I think that is a very important piece of legislation that could help rural access to medical services for the state of Oklahoma. To what degree, that's what these building blocks that you're going to start seeing of the budget next week. What we're focused on in terms of the budget process itself, there are a set of votes that require 51 to pass, and there are a set of issues that require 76 in the House of Representatives to pass. You're going to see us rolling out the 51s first, and then taking up the 76s later. Tax credits, deductions, and exemptions would be more along the lines of your 51 votes. Your true tax-raising measures, revenue-raising measures purely on the revenue side of things, those are obviously a minimum of 76 votes in the House.
Speaker, I wanted to ask you about earlier this week with the email that came out from your office about the bathroom use. What are you recommending for your employee who sent out that email? A lot of people want to know about that.
There are 185 employees in the non-elected employees of the House of Representatives. No one that works directly for me in this office sent that email out. We are obviously aware of that. We have anybody that's worked with that employee here in the House. She's a 30-year veteran of the House of Representatives, and she has been an exemplary employee. Nobody believes she has a malicious bone in her body. She's very remorseful for what happened. She has been counseled by HR in the House, but at the end of the day, you know, we understand that words have meaning, and they affect people differently. But what we need more in this building and throughout the state is grace towards one another.